Let's go. What's up, bro? We got a podcast in the metaverse, bro.
Yeah. Who knew that this is what it was all building up to through the entire first season? And now we are here kicking off season 2 with all of you guys, a live studio audience.
Let's go. Every Tuesday.
A podcast. We didn't even know what was happening. We're 15 episodes into this.
It seems to be helping and impacting a lot of people. We'll see you every Tuesday on the Well Metaverse podcast. Peace.
Easy. I don't know why I chuck deuces. Like I don't chuck deuces. What was that?
Hello, and welcome to Well Metaverse. This is going to be a fun program today. I see a couple people coming in, which is great. Alma Jean in the house. Film Sensei. Hello, everyone. Hey, my friend. Good to see you. Alma Jean, here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, good to see you, my friend. And Mama Bray. Hello. Good to see you. By the way, Mama Bray, thanks for being so consistent and being part of the Well Metaverse show and watching and everything. It means a lot. It means a lot to see all these familiar faces and names. Jackie, hello. Yeah, it's hi. She says, "Hi guys. It's me flying solo a bit today. There were some car things, not quite as dramatic as some of the recent car things that Jason ran into, but he'll be taking care of some car issues today. So you get me and our good friend Lolly D. He'll probably join us in a bit. Sturminator, hey guys, congrats on a successful launch party. You know what, Sturm? Thank you. And that congratulations, of course, goes out to the entire Soapstone team. And it was a successful launch party. It's amazing to see how this new build, has been received by the community. So it's super cool. So thanks, Sturm. It's always good to see you. And Mama Bray says it's your favorite part of the week. Excellent. That's again, that means a lot to hear because these shows that it takes a little bit to put them on, and of course our friend Lolly D helps with a lot of the production stuff that goes into it, but it takes a little bit to put these on. And it's nice to hear that it's resonating with people and that you enjoy it. So thank you. Yeah, in fact, this episode is called Growth because I'm seeing a lot of growth in the soapstone. Some of it is growth as in like there's more people here this week than there was last week. And some of it is growth amongst our team. I'm seeing people step up in ways and step out of their comfort zones and really growing. In fact, Lolly D, I'm going to bring you out. Let's chat a little bit. Everybody, throw some confetti and welcome to the stage here, our friend Lolly D.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. It's good to see you.
Got everything set up. I got the right height. I'm on my own computer. It's all good.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Growth, right?
Growth, yes. Learn how to use all the buttons.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't change anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that's the one thing you can be certain about when it comes to technology. Nothing will ever change, right? No, but you're a great example of that. Stepping into this producer role, it was definitely outside of your comfort zone. You were using new technology, you were using new equipment, and I mean, the way that I roll. Typically, I find great people and then don't give a whole lot of direction. Basically, I'll put people hopefully put people in a position to succeed. And then let them hey, Sturm throws confetti. Very, very cool. But, and this was much like that. We turned you loose and said, all right, what do you want to do with it?
Well, it's one of the things I like about you. You do that for all of us. You tell us, there's the stage. There it is. And we're like, okay. And look what's come of it. I mean, so many great people. They have such great ideas. People hop up there all the time and they'll say, what about this or what about that? Wow, I never thought of that. That is great. And we've just got a whole team full of people with wonderful
Absolutely.
ideas. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of them do step out of their comfort zone. They, I remember when Orion was not happy getting up on the stage singing, really shy. And boy, what an amazing singer he turned out to be, right? So,
spectacular.
Right? So yeah, it's great. So I appreciate you, Aaron. I know we all do, for how you really do back up what you say. I tell people that all the time. Aaron is not just somebody who says these things. We do these things at the Soapstone. So I encourage anybody that likes our team and thinks they might want to be a part of it to get involved, because it's a community. It is a team. It functions well. We're not just hanging out doing nothing. We're busy working, and we work well together.
Indeed.
To the time,
Well, talking about growth, Kimberly Ann says this growth is so exciting. Indeed. And our lead team has just grown by one person.
Yeah.
Kimberly Ann, anybody watching who hasn't heard the great news yet, Kimberly Ann has joined our lead team. And of course, the lead team is the group of folks that gets together very regularly and really works to implement the culture and the direction and everything with the Soapstone. So Kimberly, welcome to the lead team. We're
congratulations.
so happy you're part of that. Yay. Yeah, more confetti. Yeah. And and Kimberly Ann takes the opportunity to shout out her partner in Soapstone Junior and a dear friend of all of ours, Orion Dreams. We love Orion. Indeed, we do. Yeah. Sensei says congratulations. Jackie says well deserved. Very, very cool. Yeah, it's good stuff. I actually, Film Sensei, talking about people stepping up and stuff. Yesterday, Film Sensei or Sensei Jay and I kind of jumped into a program or jumped into a project that was a little bit outside of both of our comfort zones, but we banged it out, and it was like the result, I think, is super cool. And actually, you all may have seen it already. If not, take a look next time you're in headset. The Soapstone has a series of new images associated with it. Like the door, if you go into the apartment and you look at the Soapstone door, there's a new imaging that not only has the image of a person who's on stage enjoying the spotlight, but also has the statement, the positioning statement, if you will, that says "Find your spotlight." So that's of course one thing that people can do at the Soapstone is to find their spotlight. So it has that statement of "Find your spotlight," and then it's got the Soapstone logo. And Film Sensei and I spent some time yesterday getting those placed, positioned, and the right size and everything. And I think the result was great. So Film Sensei, thanks again for your help with that and your help with everything. After we did that project during the day, Sensei Jay jumped in with a bunch of us in a closed instance, and we filmed a new promo video for the Soapstone. We filmed last night at about 10:30 p.m. Eastern, and then this morning at like 8 a.m. I've got a message in my inbox from Sensei Jay 2 hours later. I got a message from Film Sensei that, and it's the edited, completed thing. Like to turn this thing around, to get in, or to have a shot list, to get in, to film, to edit, and to be able to set it up. Like that's an incredibly quick turn time. And again, like think about the hours there. Like that's off hours. Like how many business hours transition from filming to having completion? 0 business hours. Like
Well, that's the thing about Sensei Jay. When he says, "Hey, I'm available. Let's do this," he means it. Like he does it, and it's fantastic. He and his level of professionalism, getting it perfect, making it just right. Yeah, there's nobody better. I appreciate him very much.
Yeah, he's a special dude, and you know, so it's the combination, like, you know, so like Dave Ramsey sometimes talks about like the people that he works with and how he's always looking for the heart of a teacher, and Sensei Jay has that. He's got the heart of a teacher, and just a to the core collaborator. You know, so like easygoing, but yet a high standard of professionalism as far as delivering results. Just incredible.
And you know, I will say this about him too. He's one of the most positive people. You know, some days we all get those days where I'm just like, oh no, you know, Sensei, that blah blah blah, and he'll just look at me and go, well, Lolly, you know, think of this and think of that, and I'm like, all right, look at him right now. Look at this.
Okay, you can stop now.
Did I do enough for what I was paid? Okay. No, he's just a great guy. He's so great.
Yeah, he certainly is. Yeah, but we'll move on, Sensei. We don't want to embarrass you too bad. Yeah, there's cool stuff happening. This is an exciting month.
Back to your doors for just a second.
Yeah.
You know, you did all that work on the door because you and I were talking about this a little earlier. It does matter. You know, we just take that picture of the door, we take a picture and we throw it in there, and then the door gets created, and people don't think about somebody new walks up to your door and they look at it and it's like a blurry, fuzzy finger. You know, it's like, you know, you got to sit there and work those doors a little bit, work those pictures. So
it is true. You know, that is the first representation of your world that people will see. And, you know, to try to, I mean, if you break down the soapstone door and look at the components, what are the components and why are they there? So the image in the background on the soapstone door is an over the shoulder shot of somebody on stage with her hands in the air, holding a microphone and holding the mic stand, and just celebration. And then past her, you see the people in the audience all enjoying the performance. So that visual right there, that feeling, when people see that, the hope is that they can picture themselves on stage and they can transport themselves into that position and say, ooh, this is what I can experience at the soapstone. So that's very intentional. And we pivoted away from my face on the door, which that had been good for a while. I mean, it certainly helped me become very well known and recognized in the metaverse. And also, I think I have a welcoming smile, and that may have helped welcome people into the world. But this is so much better because that was about me, you know, my picture welcoming somebody in, but this is about them.
mm-hmm.
That image, they can transport themselves in their mind to being in the world on stage, celebrating in front of a crowd of people. And that's what it's about. And then if you look down at the bottom of the door, there's the statement, find your spotlight. And again, that's very, very clear, speaking to the person who's looking at the door. What can they do? It answers the question, what can they do at the soapstone? They can find their spotlight. They can have their time to shine. They're going to find people that will encourage them to the spotlight, you know, all of those things. And then of course the soapstone logo. down below that. And Film Sensei, one of the things that he did is he worked hard to get this glowing effect on the logo and on the text, and it looks great because, again, we're talking about a spotlight, and it's glowing like it's in a spotlight. So
that's awesome. And let's talk about that soapstone stage for just a minute, because I see people all over the place, right? I'm all over the metaverse and Horizon Worlds, but there's stages everywhere. And I even made a video about it. People are wanting to be recognized. They're wanting to be seen for their talents. Well, there are stages everywhere. And what makes the soapstone so great is because of the traffic in the soapstone. Almost any time of day, you can find an audience. And this does draw a lot of people who try things out. They come in, I've got a performance later at this other place, but I need an audience. And so where you find people at the soapstone. So we have a lot of people on our stage at all different times of the day. So I encourage anybody, if you want to try your stuff out, come in there. It could be 5:30 in the morning on the West Coast, but there are still people in the soapstone. It's wonderful. So
yeah, it's good. And I only see it continuing to grow. I think things happening in Horizon Worlds are very, very exciting. And I think I've said, and I've felt for a long time that we're in the beginning phases of a growth curve of this platform and of this really this whole technology. And man, I think our best days are yet ahead of us. And these days today are pretty darn cool. So
it does feel that way. It does feel like, and sometimes I'm seeing more people at different times. A lot of people have said to me, oh, you can't find anybody, and we know the perils of that. It's the active button and the, not showing what world you're in. And a lot of people are in members only or whatever. So we're dealing with a little bit of that. But I also have seen an increase in traffic, at least in the soapstone earlier in the day, which has really been fun for me when I'm in there. I enjoy it. So come talk to me, because I'm always in there in the mornings, and love it when people come in. It's fun.
Indeed. I know you popped it up, but Shane Streely has a little smiley heart eye face there. Yeah. By the way, shout out to Streely for winning both the most supportive and the most entertaining this past week.
Okay. Very nice. Very good.
Yeah. Oh, look, Getting Things Done is in the house. I get to be a guest on his show coming up here, which is going to be awesome.
Nice.
In fact, I think that's Thursday night, if I'm remembering right. Yeah, this Thursday, the 14th. I think the show starts at 8 p.m.
Very cool.
And we get to hang out together for a bit, so that'll be good. Yep, very cool. Jay Dunn, if you want to drop the world name or how people can find that, please drop that in the comments and we'll pull it up on the screen. And in the meantime, Kimberly Ann throws some bows and hearts and confetti and all that great stuff. Jackie says, Streely's another rising star. Indeed. You're talking about growth. So here's the thing. Like, he came in and he was a pretty reserved person. And slowly, he found his niche. He found where to get plugged in with the soapstone. And he's just become more and more integrated into the soapstone and pushed himself out of his comfort zone a little bit. Getting Things Done says it's live, so I'll be on camera. Yeah. All right, so not in world. All right, I'll make sure I don't wear my headset on camera. Yep. So it'll be the show will be a live stream podcast similar to what we're doing today. So all right.
Nice.
Film Sensei says, smash that like and subscribe button, everybody. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, man, I'm excited about things that are coming up. Next week in Grand Rapids, it's Tech Week. And I haven't been involved with this at all, but actually I just recently heard about it for the first time, but it's a big week of events focused around the tech industry. So I'm going to go hang out there a little bit. Guy by the name of Malcolm Gladwell. I'm sure some people might recognize that name. He's a great speaker and author, and he's coming to speak at that on Monday night. I'm going to go see that, and then there's a couple other events. So
those things are always fun. They always have new, cool, innovative stuff to look at and cool giveaways. You get your, couple of months worth of pens. It's awesome.
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
I often said if you were going to manufacture anything, it should be pens or socks. The two things that we need that constantly disappear.
So I used to work as a marketing guy for an equipment manufacturing company, and we'd go to trade shows and stuff. And we had these pens, and people, they had the logo on them and everything. And people would call us and ask for the marketing department and be like, my pen ran out of ink. Can you send me another one? And I'm like, man, how great is that?
Yeah.
Like if you like from a marketing perspective, from an awareness perspective, and from a brand association, if you like this pen so much that you keep it on your desk or on your person until it runs out of ink, and when it does run out of ink, you liked it so much that you call and ask for another one, like that's huge, I think. So yeah,
you would have rather they called for business, but
you know what though? I mean, here's the deal, like, especially as that equipment manufacturer, like when they call for business, I mean, it could be a several $100,000 sale. So when you've got that, the potential of that, to spend $5 to have good feelings for 9 months or a year, that's
true.
It's so worth it.
Sturm apparently loses his underwear. I don't have that problem.
That's fair. Sturm. Yeah. I'm wearing soapstone underwear right now. That's yeah. That's yeah. I was gonna go further with that, but no. Just all right. That's a lie. I'm not wearing underwear. All right. Yeah. But yeah, that's like little things like that. But we did, from time to time, we did go to trade shows, and we'd have to be careful because, like, at one point, a lady who was just there to collect the freebies came up to a table full of pens that we had, literally put her arm down on the edge of the table, opened up her bag, and scooped about 50 pens into her bag, and then just walked around or walked away.
There are always those people.
That's right.
I've worked many trade shows, but the cool thing is you are right about the pens and things, because I actually had a customer who had one of my pens in her holder, and somebody else came and took that pen and then called me, and I got a new customer. So things like that do happen. Those things get laying around. And so name recognition laying around is good and always great.
Well, and, so a lot of companies will want to do that, but they'll get the cheapest, dumbest pen they can get and then put their logo on it, and people get it, hate it, and throw it away.
Yeah.
I mean, why spend 75 cents on that pen when you can spend $3 and get a pen that people will love and keep for a year?
What's funny? It made me think of it because laying here on the desk, my son has his own company and he does stuff, websites, and it includes him proofreading and doing a lot of things to make sure it's all right. So he gets his cards, and I don't know if you can see it, but the word satisfied is spelled wrong.
Oh,
yeah. So I told him that. I go, the word satisfied spelled wrong. And I go, well, maybe they won't notice. He goes, Mom, I cannot send this out and say, call me to get your perfect website. Oh, by the way, I can't even spell on my own flyer, So yeah, you gotta make sure those things are correct.
Well, and that's something I have to be very careful of in the soapstone, because spelling is not my strong suit. I mean, I've misspelled bread on a shopping list before. like it's just like, for whatever reason, like I will misspell simple words, and I won't necessarily be able to see it if I see a misspelled word. And with the soapstone, or with virtual reality and Horizon Worlds, you can put something together and click publish, and it's out there for the world. So it's something that I've got to be on the alert for, because it's really easy for me to.
Oh, definitely. Not just you. I see it all over Horizons. I can't help it. I'm one of those people, that's that thing that gets me, and I see misspelled words all over the place. It's crazy. Oh, look at this. I'd say Jace stole a mug from the coffee bar.
Uh-oh, drama in the chat here.
Yeah, and Alma Jean's gonna tell. So
tell
watch
Don.
out.
Oof, wow, Sensei, it's been a pleasure. You know, Sensei Jay is the best trained martial artist that I've known. He's got quite literally, I think 30 different levels of black belts, and he's been involved in training in martial arts for decades. He's one of the best trained fighters that I've ever met. But if you put him up against Don,
he's done.
I feel like he might find himself in trouble.
Yeah, he already showed himself right here. He's scared. He's terrified.
Yep.
Speaking of marketing, I'll put you on the spot right here. Is there any chance we can get those cool brown mugs that we have laying around in real life? Those are super cool.
Yeah, so we're well, actually, you know, Kimberly Ann is somebody who's been involved in our merchandise and some of the different things that we offer. And what she's got something that's very similar to it. It's not angled down, because that changes production of it. It makes it substantially more difficult.
Yes.
So they're not angled down, but they are big. I think they're 16 ounce.
Oh, that's
coffee
cool.
mugs.
So we do have coffee mugs. Yeah,
we do.
Love it.
Yeah. So
cool. I'm gonna get one of those.
Yeah. And you'd think I'd have the I'd have the link handy, but maybe Kimberly Ann has it.
Yeah,
although
maybe she can put that in the chat there, the link. That would be great to get those things, because we got hoodies and shirts, and
I know she usually is watching, like, while she's working, multitasking. So oh, look at this.
Yeah, I saw that.
It says car decals or decals. I got a good friend that owns a decal printing company, and he calls them decals.
You can wrap your car, Aaron.
I suppose I could, although I don't know that Renee wants it. In theme, Sturm says he wants soapstone underwear and socks. Yep. All right. Cool. Oh, Jackie offers to catch misspelled words. I appreciate that. That's good stuff. Oh, Film Sensei, he tapped against Don, so he's out. Yeah, but so you were asking about marketing. What were you asking about? I don't know.
That was so last 3 minutes. I don't remember.
I know that was 3 minutes ago. We're going at a pretty quick clip today.
Yeah, no, we were talking about just the things that we have for sale that are awesome. I mean, people ask all the time. We need to get it out there a little bit more where people can find.
So Kimberly did message me earlier today, and she's like, we have that white metaverse hoodie that people can get by hanging around the fire pit for a certain amount of time. She said, don't you think we should have that in real life as well? And I said, absolutely. So she sent over a design just a short time ago.
Awesome.
And we've got them coming. So if you want your metaverse hoodie.
Oh, I do. It's going to be cold soon. I need one.
Yeah, I gotta get one of those too. I'll tell you, Warfeather, he's got his in World, which is perfect, because of course he and Ace host Metaverse in the Metaverse on Wednesday nights, and like he earned it, and then he couldn't retrieve it, which I know is an issue with some folks. Lolly,
I can't even see him. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. but
Elma
he's
and I
got it
are
now, and
rebelling.
it's awesome. Yeah, I know. I saw you organizing a protest.
No, that was Elma. It's all
Oh, okay,
Elma.
all right.
She's the organizer. I just took the picture. She was smart enough not to post it. She was smart enough not to do that.
All right.
She let me do that.
So Alma says there, copy and paste away, but I don't see it. Do you see it? Okay, huh? It's all Lolly. She might have messaged you, Lolly.
She did.
Okay.
No, she's saying it's all Lolly because she's trying to blame the whole rebellion on me. But you know it's Elma. Elma's the rebel.
I think you both can be troublemakers. I'll tell you, it is really cool. That's talking about growth. We've got a team of people that are all strong-willed individuals.
They are.
And there have been times through this growth process that people have kind of butted heads. And while everybody has had the best interest of the soapstone in mind, there's different visions on what that means. And there's been some tense times. But I'll tell you what, like the way that this lead team is treating each other, and the way that this lead team is operating together and functioning together, it's spectacular, and it's such a huge thing of growth. I'm just so happy. On Saturday when I bumped in and there was an impromptu call going on with a number of people from the lead team, and the vibe in that call was so good, like so healthy, so respectful, so appreciative. It was. Yeah, like, I mean, I got off that call and I was like, ooh, watch out now. Like when we're all appreciating each other, respecting each other, and working together, that is a really cool thing.
I think it's just like anything, you get a group of people, like as you said, very strong-willed people, very smart, very passionate. That's a lot of personalities, solving problems. And then on top of it, it's a volunteer situation. So, it's not like, we're all working there and you can just say, hey, this is your job. This is what you're hired to do. No, this is a volunteer team. So when you get all that together, it couldn't really happen any other way. We had to get to where we could see each other's strengths and let that one kind of run with something, or that one run with something. And so it took time, but you're right. We're getting there. We are great. I mean, that 5 or 10 minutes that lunch lady and I were going to have together on Saturday ended up being a 3-hour call with everybody. They saw lunch lady and I, and then they started jumping in, and we're like, all right, so let's talk about this with everybody. And it was a great call. Really good.
Yeah. Spectacular. And you and I were talking a little bit. It's interesting because group dynamics, it's not a linear curve. It's not like things get incrementally better and better and better, or things get incrementally worse and worse and worse. What happens is people's tolerance slowly either gains or loses, and then there will be a tipping point where then everything feels bad, where it'll be okay, and then everything feels bad. Or the flip side of that, it'll be, well, I'm pushing this rock up the hill, and then all of a sudden there will be this tipping point moment where everything feels okay and everything feels good. And it's interesting. And again, I think that we're at that point with our team that, like, we all know each other, we all respect each other, and we all appreciate each other, and it's a good thing.
I also think that all of us, including me, sometimes we don't think about how powerful or how much weight our words carry, right? We talk to each other and we might say something and think, well, that was just not a big deal. I don't know why they took it so personal. Well, because they respect you. And when you think that, or they think you think that, or whatever they've interpreted as, it hits, and it's uncomfortable. And so I think all of us have to remember our words carry weight, and maybe we should slow down and think about how we say that. I'm one of the worst ones. I know I'm very blunt. I just say things, and then afterwards people will point out to me, maybe that wasn't the right way to say that. So I get it.
Yeah. We, and one of the things that I've talked about, especially with the team, with the entire team of contributors at the Soapstone, is that if there's 1% chance that somebody's doesn't have ill intention, if there's 1% chance that somebody's not trying to hurt us, then if we can give people the benefit of the doubt, then that helps, because you're right, you don't know where people are at and what they're trying to do. And that's what we do. We assign cause, we assign intent to people when we see stuff. And if there's a 1% chance that the intent is not hurtful or aggressive, that it was a mistake or an oversight, then we end up doing well. Oh, I like Alma Jean says, ain't not a one of us with a strong will or personality. What are you people talking about? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are. And that's not just
look at this. Look at this. Kimberly Ann. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about with responsiveness. My goodness. Like Sensei J films last night and has something. Kimberly Ann, from a merchandise standpoint, earlier we looked at some designs. We bring it up on the show here, and right here, the white Well Metaverse hoodie is now available to purchase.
Great.
How awesome is that? Just wow. That's
fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about. Fast things happen, and I'm gonna order one of those.
Me too.
As soon as I won't do it real time, like screen share, like, hey, look. As soon as we jump off, I'm ordering one of those. Yeah. That's good stuff, man. I gotta tell you, okay, the link to the store is in the chat. So that's,
maybe we can't see it, but it's there somewhere.
Yeah. It's I think links probably don't show up for us.
Okay.
So, but that is good. Yeah.
And back to what we were talking about for just a minute, that whole team thing, that's one of the biggest problems throughout Horizons, not just in the Soapstone. We work really hard to make our team cohesive because we have a real need. We have so much traffic. We have so many people involved. We have to run like a machine, right? But if you talk to a lot of other people with fairly large worlds, one of their biggest problems is their moderation process or just their team, right? People who don't get along with each other. So, I think if everybody maybe took a lesson from us on take a step back and look at each other with a little more respect and give each other space, I think it would be helpful for everybody in Horizons.
Yeah, I think you're right. And if I think about like what happened in the Soapstone that helped that process, and one, of course, it's the people. The people that we have in the Soapstone are passionate and just love being a part of this. It's and that creates an opportunity for grace. Like if something doesn't go that well, if you love it and you're passionate about it, you can extend a little bit of grace and move forward. And then a couple of the other things, we as a team are quick to forgive and move on past things. So there's a lot of stuff that's gone into creating this environment of a strong, cohesive team. I'll tell you one other thing though too. When we've got when drama comes up, which drama comes up, to avoid, can you believe it? Yeah. wait, people are involved and drama comes up. But when drama comes up, I think we do a pretty good job of avoiding the temptation of jumping in the middle and becoming judge, jury, and executioner. Because we don't typically have enough information to make a judgment like that. And so what we do is we encourage people to resolve it through the other means. We encourage people to report it to Horizon rather than to come in and have us try to investigate and take action against people. And I think that has helped out a lot. What do you think about that, Lolly?
Well, I think that's great, and we do that, and that's great. But I think one of the things that makes our team extra special is we have people on our team with kind of talents like Xavier. Xavier is our what do we call him? Our inclusivity lead.
Yeah.
And he makes a point of everyone who comes on our team spends a little bit of time with him. So he gives them a little bit of perspective on what it feels like to be in different shoes in our community. And then we've got Dawn, who, talks to everybody about being compassionate and understanding. And so everybody goes through this as part of their training to just, even though we sort of pick people with those traits, it just emphasizes that and how important it is. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and Xavier, he's our diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And if you think about that, what do those words mean? Diversity. We in the Soapstone benefit from having a very diverse group of people. We in the Soapstone, and when I say we in the Soapstone, I mean all the people in the Soapstone. Benefit from having a diverse group of people around us. We learn perspectives that we wouldn't get without diversity. And equity is an important thing. It's really important to be intentional about making sure that that there's equity and that people are getting equal opportunities and things like that. Now, there's a lot involved there as well, but equity, super important. And then inclusion, it's very, very important to all of us in the Soapstone that we are welcoming and that we include people, especially if they're different than us. It's super important. And you brought Dawn up too.
Yes. But before you go to Dawn, let's also give Xavier all his kudos for all his voices.
Okay? No kidding. The voice of the Soapstone.
And all that soundboard stuff. Oh my gosh. And Kevin, I mean, Xavier is all over the place. And that voiceover work is incredible. Just incredible.
Yeah, indeed. Alma says, conversations regarding all of the above are required for growth. We're all about growth. Yeah, almost could be the theme of this episode.
And I don't want to take away what you were going to say about Dawn, so please.
Yeah, Dawn. She's a pretty spectacular person, and she's a trained ER nurse. She's been able to connect with people and walk with them through some very difficult things, and the people in the Soapstone, she's stepped up for all of us as being our community wellness lead. So she's a person who's got her finger on the pulse, so to speak, of the wellness of the community. And to have her connect with team members and share her perspective and observations on things, it's just spectacular.
And she's also available for anybody anytime they, have a personal situation going. We've got our wellness calls where people could just call in. So, this team is pretty rocking, and people put out their skills and offer them to other people. And how lucky are we to have that? I mean, she's just available to talk to if you have a need. It's awesome.
Yeah. It is. It's this community. The way this community is flourishing, the way this community is growing. It's very, very special. And again, like I think we are heading into a season where we're going to see spectacular growth. And so to have a solid community and to be healthy and to know who we are and how we do what we do, that's absolutely essential to be able to navigate the growing pains that undoubtedly will come along with growth. So,
Stern wants us not to forget about our bouncer. Do we call him Omni, or does he have a different name? I wasn't sure if he has a name.
Hey, I don't know. I call him Omni Bouncer, but each instance is its own universe, so people can call him whatever they want, I suppose. Just don't call him anything bad, because he's a friend of mine. And
Yeah, people have their opinions on what he should be doing there at the door. So Luann's letting you know that he doesn't really do anything except stand there.
You know what?
She'd like to see him dance a little.
Yeah. The imagery that comes to mind is when the young man stops by to pick up the daughter and go on a date, and dad is sitting on the couch just cleaning the firearms. You know, he's not doing anything. He's just there.
He's ready.
Yeah.
Let her know. Yes. No, he's gotten quite a bit of attention. I see people standing there all day just looking at him saying, "What's he doing?" And I said, "Oh no, I just watch out. Be careful."
That's right. That's right. Well, and the thing is, like, there's a lot of ideas that surface from people in the community, and with the build team, we've got a lot of ideas on the plate. In fact, literally later this afternoon, I've got a brainstorming session with the build team, talking about some ideas on what's next. Because we launched almost a week ago, or actually, I guess we launched a week ago now. It's time to think about what's next.
Because that doesn't just happen in 5 minutes, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's a process. It's but yeah, like there's some ideas, and the characters that are surfacing in the soapstone, the chicken, Charlie, the chuckinest chicken ever, of course, Omni Bouncer, Kevin, the robot Kevin.
He looks great.
Yeah. But all of these characters, there's potential story arcs with them. There's potential advancements with them as far as, hey, right now he's standing there and stretching, but what is he going to do tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see.
We might have to do a series of videos on their thoughts.
Oh, little bubbles. That's Sensei Jay.
What their perspective on what's going on in the soapstone. That might be fun.
Yeah. If you're watching, that would be a cool idea. A video with just little thought bubbles that pop up for the different characters in the
that would be great. Oh, you know what else I wanted to talk about is our stage. I was a little nervous about the meter. I was nervous about that. I'm like, I don't know, Aaron, during shows, not really sure about it, but I see the benefits of it now. People are very excited. They're watching. They can't wait for that meter to hit because they know it's going to light everything up and everything's going to fall. And it actually is kind of fun. So we just had to build that into the show. But now I kind of look forward to it. It's like, it's coming. I know it's coming. And so that's fun.
Well, and again, like the thought behind that, the success of the soapstone, or the secret sauce of the soapstone, is people can get involved. It's not just about watching a show. It's about being part of the show and being part of the experience. And a big way that we do that is we encourage people towards the spotlight. A big way that we do that is we engage people on the team and empower them to do things. But another way that we do that is we allow people to impact the environment around them by their actions. So by applauding, they're putting their name on, saying, "I'm Lolly D's biggest fan." They're propelling the person that's on stage forward as far as the most entertaining. And when it tips, when that applausometer tips, then a party starts. Lights start flashing, stars start going, chuckle nuggets start flying. Like
it is fun. It is fun. And by the way, how could Nanook be his own biggest fan? I was a little surprised.
Yeah. Hey, have you met Nanook? Like, everybody's Nanook's biggest fan. It's yeah. Oh, let's see. Luann says, can you kind of discuss what happens to ideas in your process for these? Kind of highlight the journey through yours and leads. Wow, yeah, that's a good question. So, well, Lolly, how do you think we handle ideas when they come?
I think what happens is people bring ideas to you or to the Discord or to the Team Soapstone page. There's so many of us reading all those different things. It just takes somebody to see it, bring it up, then it gets discussed. I feel very confidently that you're very big on listening to the community. I know even before I became part of the team, I made a couple suggestions, and then they came. It probably was a lot of people making the suggestions, but I saw those changes happen in future builds. And so that's kind of exciting to see, you know what, I at least was part of saying that, and there it is. But I think that's what we do. We talk about it, then you take it on to your build team and just to figure out if it's feasible, and it happens. So I applaud you and the team for always trying to give people what they want. We can't always do it. It might not be feasible, but I'd say you guys make a great effort to make most of it happen.
Yeah, I know I always have to be a little bit careful because no is way easier to say than yes. If you say no, it's done. If you say yes, now you got to do it. So I always do have to be very intentional and careful to make sure I'm not overusing the word no. So and I also find that I'm more of a crock pot thinker than a microwave thinker. There's people that are microwave thinkers where an idea comes up and it's boom, 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 boom. It's quick and that's that. I'm more of a crock pot thinker to where I'll take bits of pieces from everybody's suggestion and just let that simmer for a while. I think that's why I do some of my best work personally early in the morning. It's because I've collected little bits and pieces and it's been simmering overnight. And then I wake up and say, okay, this is what we have to do. Oh, look at that. Freighter says crockpot thinker. I like that, brother. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, we know that about you. The lead team knows that about you, and we will have discussions about how would Aaron say this? Let's let Aaron come up with an explanation for this. That'll be better. And I will say you get it. Yeah. When you come out and I'm like, that is the right way to say that. It's beautiful. Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Oh, our friend Lizard says he's an air fryer thinker. Very nice.
Me too. I like that. Air fryers are awesome. Those are awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it's and that's really cool. Like for a team, like for the team to be thinking about, okay, what's Aaron's thought process and presenting stuff to be best received with that thought process in mind. That's a really good way. Freighter says he's a refrigerator.
I see that, Freighter. I get that.
That's good stuff. Wow. Yeah, man, this time flies when you're having fun. We're getting up on the end of this already. And man, this today's going to be a cool day. Lots of neat stuff happening the rest of the day. What do we got coming up in the soapstone?
Well, I think what we're going to do is focus on just a couple things because we have so many shows. And so I recommend everybody go to the soapstone and always look to the left of the door, and you can see all of our events and times in your time frame. But we do focus on one show every week in the courtyard, and you will see a big poster reflecting that. So I thought those are the shows maybe we'll focus on each week so everybody gets a turn. And so this week we're focused on the sound check, which is our very own Sturminator, who we talk about all the time. Sturm is definitely one of those people who came into the team, one way and has completely changed in the course of a year and a half with a lot of his own work, his own journey that he's chosen to take because he wanted to succeed. And the rest of it is just us giving him a little, yeah, he does. I totally agree. Sturm's running the metaverse. But a lot of it is just him. So now here he is. He's hosting the sound check, which is our UK version of the musician showcase. We call it that because Sturm hosts it and he is from the UK, but it's also in their time frame. So we purposefully did that. So it's, I think, 7 p.m. Sturm. Am I right? 7 p.m. In the UK. That gives them a show since our musician showcase is a little bit later for a lot of them. And he's doing a great job. That show is building. We're getting new people all the time. But I'm telling you, we have I get so upset when I have to miss that show. That is my favorite time of the week. It's music and we're singing and everyone's happy and just goes on from there for Friday. So it's a great time.
Liverby says, not soapstone related, but is there a let's talk about it happening today?
Oh, how sweet, Liverby. Liverby, by the way. I'm learning how to pronounce his name, everybody. It's Liverby. Absolutely. And let's talk about it today. We're going to be talking about connections in the metaverse, which kind of goes along with a lot of what Aaron and I were talking about today. Today, we see the importance of that, connecting with people on a social basis, on a business basis, on a builder basis, on a community basis. All of those things need to happen in here. So my mantra lately has been say hi to 5 new people today and friend one of them. Because if we keep doing that, we will keep building. And I think that's what we need to do. Focus on people in here, connections.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
What does that mean, Bob? Oh, that's his other name, I guess. Library Bob. Okay.
All right. Yeah. It's pronounced, I think he's saying it's pronounced Bob. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But we should also mention Ace and Wallfeather. I'm sorry, Warfeather show. Lunch Lady is a producer on that one. That's a new one, and they are getting great attention. I think they had Michael Gregory last week, or they're having him this week. I don't know. You know what? I start checking with them to find out who their guest is. But I'm hearing great things about that show happening in the Well Metaverse studio. So definitely go to that. Aaron, do you know the time on that one tonight or tomorrow night?
Yeah, I believe it's at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. So I'll be better at finding that out on that show.
Late at night.
Yeah, it's a new one, but it's getting a lot of traction. A lot of people.
Oh, it's spectacular.
Yeah.
It's real tough to get in. And typically they'll meet in the Soapstone and then travel over to Jason Earls Productions and have it in the Well Metaverse studio over there. So that's good stuff. Library. Apparently that was my joke. He said about a month ago, I said Library was too complicated to pronounce. So I said, I'll call you Bob.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
All right, very good. And by the way, speaking of Bob or Liverby, he has recently been promoted into the team.
Yes, he did.
Congrats, sir. Love having you a part of this team. So, all right, Lolly, we better wrap it up.
All right, thanks everybody. Thanks everyone for coming. We appreciate you guys so much for being here.
Yeah. Thank you, Alma. Good to see you. Yes, that was at the fire pit, my Bob joke. So, all right. Excellent, everybody. Thank you so much for who you are. Thanks for being a part of the Soapstone. This is a great adventure we're all on. And I think the best is yet to come. And closing us out, Luann says, mine's a dryer. More violent and thoughts come tumbling out.
We'll talk, Luann. We're gonna set you up with Dawn.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh, as I say, good stuff. Jackie says, noticing one of your favorite things to say is good stuff. Should put it on a shirt. All right, Kimberly, are you still watching? No. All right, everybody. See ya.
Bye.